Today is the last day of the year, and at the very beginning of this year, I made my Ironman account, which means this is a full year's worth. And keep in mind, if you are watching my Ironman series, this is going to be a ton of spoilers because I believe, 2 or 3 episodes ahead of what is currently posted. My total level for the first year, I have 2,710. My lowest stat is 80 for rune crafting, followed by 88 agility. After that, everything is 91 plus. Rune crafting is honestly the hardest skill for Ironman because you have to get 99 Slayer beforehand. And then once you do have 99 Slayer, you can add the Capsurous Souls in your player-owned dungeon, which is good for the Ascension grind, and they give you so much pure essence. Like, that's the only physical other way. I mean, you could do rune spam, but I need all the runes I will make to 99. So, let's take a look at this bank. And I'll start with the very first tab. The first one will be pretty much with like summoning a lot of logs, although I have 0 mahogany logs because I have enough for 99 construction banked. And you can tell I have already made some unicorn pouches with the scrolls, and this is because the special attack heals 10% of your maximum health, and it requires no adrenaline cost. This will be very good once I do Virago, although I could probably do it with an eye heal, but you'll see as my magic gear is a bit lacking, so I will need healing at that point. I already have 82 Steel Titan pouches, which mining ore is sometimes an issue. And this Desert Soul, Catfish, and Peltfish, these are my 3 main food that I use everywhere. And of course, once I get to real endgame PVM, I will start using sharks. And then here's like my daily items that I like to have them pretty much close. So the modified botanist mask gives me free vials of water. The modified first age gets me 3 dragon bones, although I am 99, but 3 a day, I mean, in a year, that's gonna be like, what, 900 or 1,000. So that kind of helps a little bit. And yes, I have 2 Luck of the Dwarves. I did the mistake of actually doing some skilling for bonus weekend where the servers were so laggy. I put to make 1 Luck of the Dwarfs, but for whatever reason it did not confirm it. When I pushed 1 and enter, it made 2 of them during the bonus weekend, so thanks to that I have to do more elite clues for 50 fortune opponents to make the Grace of the Oaks. And then I can start getting the Hazelmere Signet rings. Next up will be just pretty much the dormant anima stuff. I have 3 helms, so that's 1 for each style. I have 1 plate body, and I'm missing 2 more plate legs. My bones is pretty much not too much because I use them all for 99 per hour. The next row, I have little salvage, which I was high alching them as I get them, but sometimes you don't get them too often, and other times you get them very commonly. So I just stuff them in the bank. I do have dreadnips, and I think that's about it. I mean, there's nothing too important in that tab. Now, let's go looking for the magic tab. This one I am very impressed with. Doing the daily Wicked Hood, I was making air runes. That's why I have 409,000 air runes. And you also get 500 free fire runes, which I have almost 120,000. So yeah, I am set for Fire Surge spell, although I will be using just Air Surge most of the time. I have 13,000 nature runes, and that's about it for the runes. The blood, mind, and death, I have not done enough barrels yet, so that's why these runes are very lacking. I do plan to make a video of about either 500 barrels or even 1,000 barrels, in which case my runes will like skyrocket so much. I have 10,000 pure essence, which I was rune crafting like months ago. I think I was using like 7,000 essence per hour. So yeah, this is like nothing. And again, getting pure essence is the most painfulest thing in the world because you have to get 99 Slayer. There's no way around it if you want to have a good rune stack. Now, if we keep looking, you'll notice I have the full subjugation armor set, including the shield. And then the next row, I have the dual wield Wand of the Elders, tier 85, and the Orb. This I will be using for Virago and raids, which that is what I will be doing next year. I do have a Zoro's Hood, which I have untouched, an Anima Core Body of Sarin. This is pretty much my best armor piece. And then I did get lucky for the Crit Bloom, but this is tier 90, and it's useless because I need another piece. And then just at the end of the video, it says its value is 51 mil. I looked in the Discord, it's about 780 mil. But of course, I'm not going to include, oh yeah, it's 700 mil extra. And then, I mean, that's about it. If you'll notice, I am working towards unlocking next. Not doing next, just unlocking it. Time for the range tab. This one is, I want to say, the most depressing tab of them all. As for range, I don't really have anything too good in here. Maybe like the Onyx Bolts. And I am working on Armado. I just need the boots. Because right now I have the Spine boots, which, yeah, they're tier 50. I would love to get tier 70. I do have enough Broad Bolts to get me from 93 all the way to 97 fletching. And I'm not going to get 99 banked. And because of that, there's a reason. Doing the Ascension grind, I'll be getting a lot of Ascension shards, which I can make into bolts. Now, if I'm lucky, which like I get a back-to-back signet or whatever, I will actually have enough Ascension shards that I'll have 97 to 99 fletching banked. So in that case, I'm not going to waste an extra, I think, 5 mil of just buying more broads. I don't want to do that. Let me see, I'm trying to think. Oh, these cannonballs, I have not made a single one. This is all from Corporeal Beast, and I think that's it. Maybe Elite Dungeon 3. I have a good amount of chins, although the mechanized, I only have about 870, which will be useful for rots. And yes, I have already done rots with tier 70 Armadillo gear. I did a duo and a trio, but finding people for it is pretty hard. I do have dual wield tier 85 Shadow Glavens, which was pretty nice because I hate Greg. That boss, you take so much damage. I have that Decimation Bow. And I made these Seiji. I'm not sure why, because, I mean, I don't even know if they're useful or not. I just know they're tier 72. I think they might be good, but, I mean, I kind of made it just to make it. Next up, some of my big game Hunter, which was kind of depressing. I was hoping to make, like, the full set of tier 75. So that would be, like, the best armor for range, but, yeah, no. It just takes way too long to get these dinosaur hide. Oh, I did just recently start doing back random bolts. So yeah, I only have about 200 bolts of that, and everything else is pretty much like useless, I want to say. I am missing one piece of the War Priest armor though to put in my player owned house to save one bank space. Let's see, let's deposit all that. Let me get my lucky charms out. Now, my melee is by far the best tab. And here we go. Sadly, these rogue gloves, you have to keep all 4 tiers, just in case I die. And for whatever reason I lose these atrocious gloves, I'll have to buy each individual glove again. So yeah, that's just 4 bank space wasted. I wish it would go to like Diango. Although it's not a Diango item, it's like a mini game shop reward. So I'm not sure how they would incorporate that. I have full bandos, which oh my gosh, these gloves. I think I went like 800, 900 dry of the gloves, and then I just started getting them in the same trip, which was a little bit sad. I have all 4 God swords. I have 4 extra God swords I can make, and I have spoken to the Iron Clan that I am in. God Sword Shard 3 seems to be the absolute rarest of them all. So that's kind of good to know that I have gotten 4 of them. So I can make like a Ceradon Godsword passive, an augmented Ceradon Godsword, and then just a normal Ceradon Godsword. And again, I have not done barrels much, so I don't have like no pieces whatsoever. And now you'll see I have the Zeros plate body tier 80, which I'm very happy I got. I have done some rots during the free death week. But again, even though it was free deaths, I could not get the clan to do it. So I ended up doing and trioing it because finding 4 people, well, 3 others, is extremely hard for Ironman. I'm not sure why that is. And then, yes, I got a Granite Maul, 5 Zamrock Spears, and then I have an Elder Rune Longsword plus 5, along with a main hand Drygor Rapier. And dual wield rubber chickens. I mean turkeys. Not sure why I have them, but I just do. Next up, you'll notice I have the Greater Barge Ability Codex, which, when I right-click examine, it's 400 mil. Well, it's 393, but it's close enough. This one, I got on my Elite Dungeon 2 trio as my first kill. And I did that just to do the Curse of the Blackstone quest, so I can get 10% less damage from all dungeons. And I will not be using this anytime soon. The account is still in the Gower Dungeon 2 phase before I do a Raxor, and I feel that unlocking this ability would be way too powerful because I'm still in the mid level of the game. And probably the only thing else would have to be the 9 Revenant drop enhancers, which means hopefully I can get a status hammer, 2 or 3 of them, and of course maybe some Vesta armor, which would be pretty good as it's tier 78. Next up will be my food tab. Now the first 2 rows are going to look a little bit funny because I have not started working on getting like the Arc Gumbo. So you'll see like burnt fish in certain spots. And then, let me see, I'm trying to think. I have a good amount of sharks, which again, I can start using this for when I learn Araxor, Rots. Well, actually, no, not Rots, because I can just use Desert Souls for that. And next, and probably Virago. Although for that, I might want to start using my sailfish soup, but that might be too good. So I'll probably stick with just rocktails. Let me see, I have, oh, These 1,519 raw cavefish, they're from the looting perk. Yes, the looting perk gave me that many raw cavefish. I have about 3,000 rocktails, 2,888 blue jellyfish, which I won't be using anytime soon. And I'm in the process of cooking 4,000 sailfish. And then when I get the arc spices, I actually make them into soups. And then everything else in this tab is like pretty bad. Next up will be the herbler, which I am very happy about. And I have put like the grimy herb, the clean herb, the unfinished herb, the secondary, and then what the potion makes. So on the right side, you'll notice I have my extreme, my super set pretty much lined up, where I can make almost, I think, 1,200 overloads. 1,200 extreme sets. I do have only about 150 grimy torso, so yeah, that's gonna be a bit of an issue. The only herb that I found to be an issue is these clean Ivan toes, as they're used to make the super energy and the adrenaline potions, but they also make the extreme attack potions. So these herbs, I need to find a viable method of getting them. This Croesus pretty much gives you like everything else. Let me see. I think that's about it. I mean, the spirit weeds, those seeds are so easy to get, so I could easily make 1,000 summoning potions. And for these brews, these crushed bird's nest, I think I've got about maybe 600 of these from the Arc Glacier, which I have 0 drops from. Next tab, this is my junk farming tab, and what I mean by that is these Tarum seeds are 100% useless. The grimy Tarums, 100% useless. And then I have some jangerberries, acorns, and like the whole trees pretty much. Even magic to me. Magic seeds are like useless. Then I have the fruit trees, which again, they're just useless to me. I do have 6 palm saplings, but I think that's from a gift of the offering, which I'll probably have to do for a few elite tasks. Oh, for the bird's nest, I have all 3 god birds, which I could do that anytime. And this tab's like the most underwhelming one, except I put my overloads and the prayer renewal in this tab, just because so I can keep it under the page where I don't have to like scroll down. Now for crafting, this one is very nice. I put all the uncut gems, and then the cut gems, and then the necklaces that they do make, and then like the sign of porters. And then these diamond necklaces, they're good for Baccarinum diamond bolts, and they're good for Phoenix necklace, which would be good for Verado once I do start doing that. Dragon stones, they kind of have a lot of usage out of them, but I've been mostly doing it for porters to get 115 archaeology, so that I can start getting the Spear of Annihilation, which would be a tier 92 best in slot melee spear that I can pretty much AFK any boss with thanks to that. I have almost 50,000 incandescent energy and 170 divine charges. I have 3 uncut diamonds. Well, I have 4 if I convert this onyx dust into it. And look at this, 11,200 potion flask. They're 15,000 each. It adds a lot of value to my bank. Next up will be all the stone sprites, which I'm going to be honest, getting gold, luminite, runite stone sprites are extremely hard to get. The only way I found to get runite is opening the Haverly Crystal Chest. Luminite, nothing in the world drops it except Nex. But Nex drops tier 80 gear and gives you tier 84 stone sprites. That to me needs to be completely looked into. I would like Nex to drop maybe tier maybe tier 60 stone sprites. Because Gower Dungeon 2 gives you the tier 80. So they would have to do something about that. Oh, I'm getting these light Amika stone sprites. These are kind of hard to... Let me see. I think everything else is just like so-so. Oh, I have the Guardian's Gift, which once I get 120 invention, I will start using that to get an Aftershock 4. Aftershock 1... Wait, no. Aftershock 4 Planted Feet. And then hopefully some more Aftershock 1 Precise 6. So I don't have to do Vindicta for like 12 lances, dismantle it. So I kind of hope my RNG is on favor for that. Next up will be farming, which honestly, after I hit 99 farming, I quit the skill. I just stopped training it. I know 120 is important, but I just don't like farming. It takes too much bank space. And there's like nothing important in here, really. Next up, let's go to the clue tab. Which, again, I did make the mistake of making 2 Love the Dwarfs during bonus week. So, here it is. This one's, I want to say pretty underwhelming because, I mean, it's not good for a clue preset or anything. Because, look at this. I don't have 4 of the same pages yet. I have 3 Bandos and 3 Armadillo. So I just need 1 more book. And the book I've been using is a damage book with only 2 per bonus. I would love to get something with DPS. And then, of course, we had that green party hat recently, which I did get, and its value is 424 mil. And then tokens, which I kind of want to get rid of, but some of them are like 2 mil, so I need to figure out how to transfer that to like Mainscape. And I think like everything else is like just bad for this. And lastly would be the archaeology tab. You notice I have 2 Dragonmatics. Well, 3 if you count the in candle one I do have. I have 20 Tetra compasses I can make, although I don't know, I think I need the yellow, the coal bit, the green, and 1 other color. It's just I have not had the time to actually do them. And then each one gives me either an elite or a master clue. And of course the Tony Matic, but yeah, I won't get that most likely. And then I think that's about it. I mean, it's just pretty much your standard archaeology bank preset because you kind of want everything in order so you know how much of what item you do need to collect. Although I am missing 1 holy aggro overload recipe fragment 4 to make the holy aggros. And now, last but not least, I'll show you my elite dungeon chest, which yes, I have not claimed. I have claimed about 4, maybe 5 rare tokens, well, rare relics that I did high up. And then, of course, since I am working on mining, I did collect the Bainite stone sprites. So, here we go. Oh, actually, before that, I'll tell you why I have these lucky charms. While you're doing that Pacific Elite dungeon, you have a chance to get Onyx Dust, but most importantly, for Elite Dungeon 1, you have a chance to get this item, the Sea Singer Weapon Upgrade Kit. And then once you're far enough in ports, and I mean far as in the last island, you will have access to making the tier 85 dual wield magic. Now with this upgrade kit, it upgrades it from tier 85 to tier 88. So yes, it is technically a good upgrade, even though I do have dual wield Hellwear weapons. It's just once I get to the last island, I make that, I'll have a tier 88 wand right away. I will try to get a second weapon upgrade kit so I can have dual wield tier 88. Because, 3 levels do make a difference, and especially if I'm going to do Virago bomb tanking, I would like to have that little accuracy for soul splitting. And I think that's about it. I mean, as you can tell, I have not claimed anything like important from this. I do have 15 mil raw cash, which 10 mil of this will be going for the next achievement, which you have to give the NPC the full robes, the key, and then 10 mil cash, so you no longer need to have the outfit on, which will save me 5 bank space. And I mean, these relics, I'm gonna need a lot of nature runes for that. Now for draconic energy and the scales, I don't think I'm going to go for elite. Well, I'm not even gonna go for tectonic and sirenic, not even for a long while, because repairing that is going to be a massive issue. Getting the scales for it, and of course the energy, because I have to do a ton of Virago for that. And time for the most important part, the total value of the bank. So this account, it's worth 3.1 mil. It's pretty much closer to 3.2. And of course that that gold party hat added an extra 400 mil. And then that barge codex added another 400 mil. So if I did not get super lucky, the bank value would be 800 mil less. Next year, I'm going to do real PVM content. And what I mean by that is I'll be doing like Power Dungeon 2, because I still need like pretty much every single crest. I need to get some lances. I will get some duplicates with Hellwear for the weapons. I'll be doing Nex, Araxor, Rots. Like, I'll be doing real endgame PVM where my wealth right now is 3 bill. Next year, it probably might be like 10 bill due to getting like bad RNG. I might get like 12 wands, a couple of rot shields, duplicates. So the bank value is going to increase so much for the year of 2022. With that, thank you all so much for watching this, and enjoy the rest of your day.